Hello. In the last lecture we looked at HTML, which is the web standard for producing content, marking it up and telling the browser what to do with that, how to describe it, how to structure on the page, etc. Where it's not for is presentation and layout control. That is where CSS comes in. And in this two-part mini lecture, we'll look at CSS, how we can use it, what it can do, etc. As you'll see, CSS does some awesome things because it's awesome control of web content. You can control the look and feel to a fine degree, fonts, font styles, underlines, italics, all sorts of control information you'd expect to do for that styling. And it completely separates presentation from their content, which is important because it means we can control and maintain a site from one location. So you've got 1,000 web pages, you have to control each one individually, style control, take a long time. What we can do is create a CSS style sheet file, all your style control information in that one file. If you change anything in there, the whole website changes at once. Very powerful. And it supports accessibility as well because you can basically portray the same content, different audience in a different way. For example, visually impaired, give them the basic text content, and that can be read or whatever, devoid of any style control information getting in the way. So mobile phones, similarly, you can restyle the content again for the mobile devices, tablets, laptops, etc. Different kind of ways you would, say, a large computer monitor screen. Let's take a look at an example. Often called a Zen garden. Let's make this work. So look at this content here. You've got various sort of headings and subheadings and text and links. Click on some of these options on the right-hand side. This is a whole thing that looks radically different on a click. Look closely though. Headings, subheadings, text, and links are the same, but the presentation is different. Take a look at another example. I can find my favorite one. There we go. So again, the same headings, subheadings, links, and text and paragraphs. But the whole thing again looks radically different. Now a robot named Jimmy has popped up on the screen. The styles, colors, positioning even is different. But the fundamental content is the same, and that's the power of CSS. Same content, different styling, simply by switching the style sheet, as we said we can do. Yeah. How to begin to create that kind of thing? Well, obviously that is kind of professional websites take a lot of skill and expertise. We're going to start small and build up our capabilities with CSS. Now, basically CSS consists of rules, rule sets. Give the web browser some instructions of what to do with HTML. HTML defines the content, and CSS defines how it's going to look and appear on the screen, where it is, and so on. And taking this out at the bottom of the page there, I've got a rule for a paragraph tag. Now in CSS we say, take a look at all paragraphs with a P, and redefine how they look and appeal in the browser by setting its color, property called color, American spelling, the value, color shade, and a margin set there as well. The various of these properties you can set, control fonts and colors, underlines, and all sorts of things. Come across as we go for the workshop task later. But let's take a look at this in example in practice. So if we find some example code here on screen, of course, basic web page, like a kind of thing you did back in week 1, heading, paragraph, link perhaps. Without any CSS, the browser renders that by default on the page. Let's take a look at that. There we go, default styling, pretty plain, basic, but the content is there on the page, heading, paragraph, and link. Now what we can do is we can create CSS in a style sheet. I've called mine first.css, the difference in extension from HTML to .css. I left it blank. What we need to do is put a link line in. I'm going to borrow from the file. Bear with me. And we can import in some styles from our style sheet file. The link line in the header of the web page. Let's import in the link at this location from first.css. In there we can have a style rule. So we can say redefine all P tags. Change the default styling, please, with P. Some curly brackets, define the rule. And we say simply change the color, American spelling again. I'm going to go for the predefined words you can use, like red, make it easy. Save that. Go to the browser. Refresh. There we go. So basically the web browser has now read the rule in the style sheet and redefined the way the P tag looks to make it red. Similar things for HTML tags as well as you wish. So for example, if we want to make the heading 1 tag in there, different color, say heading 1, H1. Redefine H1 please. Curly brackets. And again, color, make it green. Give it a second property as well. Where's that going? Font size to control the size of the text on the page. So this in sort of say 24 pixels in size, 24 px. Also, there's different sort of font sizes you can use. Refresh the page. There we go. Tile's gone 24 pixels. And it's gone green, redefining the default way the browser renders that tag on the page. As I've seen in the workshops, there's lots of different ways you can do this, lots of different properties and values to get fine control over the appearance of content. For now, they've basically got the cost of the idea of what you can actually do. There are two main ways of using CSS in a website. One is to use the external style sheet approach we just saw, placing all the style control in a separate file. And the other one is to have some style control embedded inside the HTML file itself, called internal style sheet approach. What do you think the pros and cons of that are? Have a think about that. Well, the pros of the external style sheet, as we said, complete control and separation of styling from presentation. So you can control the whole website appearance in one central location. I have a link line into each HTML file that needs that style control information, and control the website at once by importing the styles from the style sheet, as we just saw, through the link line into the HTML page, and the browser restyles it. Which is the way we're going to go this module in general, and it's good practice to do so. But there are some occasions where you have some kind of changes that just want to apply to one single file only. In that case, it's legitimate to have some small limited style information for one page only inside the HTML itself, as we'll see. But basically, the answer to this module in general, number 2, external style sheets are the way to go and get the marks in the assignment. Inline, first of all, if you were to want to change something about one page only, one thing, then you can include that in the page using these style tags. And inside the style tags, You include the information you want in there, style control properties and values and things. In this case, set the paragraph color to red. That's what you wanted to do for that one particular page. Same more common example. Basically, again, style tags you can see in the head area of the page. We'll be calling HTML style tags to say to the browser it's going to be CSS content in this block. Again, we're defining the way the p tag looks. Got the links if what family to Arial or Times New Roman, Helvetica, Verdana, whatever you want. Style to be italic and color green. And both of those paragraph tags will pick that style rule up. We'll restyle both of those to be Arial, italic, and green, but only for that one page only. As we said, this is the way to go for the module and in general. Most control, better maintenance the entire website at once. Keep all the style rules out of the HTML completely. In a separate file, in our case we had it a minute ago, was first.css, and link it into the web page. Import the styles in, tell the browser what the styles are, and how to restyle that page, and indeed the whole set of web pages in your website. It's a powerful way to do things. Lots of control, as I keep saying. So manage a single style sheet, as we say, one style sheet for the entire site. One style definition for one rule can control the look and feel of that part of a particular web page across the entire site. It separates the presentation from the content. Very important. The same content presented differently to the visually impaired browsers, etc. Mobile phones, tablets, etc. from large screen sizes, and so on. What we'll do is we'll stop there for a short break. Go stretch your legs, have a biscuit, whatever you want, and come back in the second part of the video with you on Blackboard shortly. Thank you.